Everybody, happy Thursday. On our way to grab a quick little lunch, and then we got a couple more meetings, and then zigzagging around and some showings, and then we got a kickball game tonight that I'm looking forward to. But let's talk about obviously the subject that I put here. I posted on my page like a little screenshot of some data that just came out of June. So real estate, it usually takes about a month after something to kind of get the data back from like the previous month. So there's always a delay, but I done several videos and I knew something weird was going on. Really the market has for the last year just kind of been like slowish, regular. Obviously there's niches that are still hot. They're still hot even with what I'm about to talk about. There's still niches that are still move like a day. No problem. Multiple offers. But it was just weird, right? It was just weird for me on the helping my sellers. It was weird for me helping the buyers. Just something was going on. I couldn't quite put my finger on it. And I done a video on it. Like, I don't know what's going on, but something's going on. Well, they released the data for June. June, which is peak season, right, guys? I mean, we're talking peak season. School's out. Schools, for the most part, doesn't start back in July. I mean, we're in peak home buying and selling season. From May to June, 20% less closings. That is crazy to think. Peak market had 20% less closings than the previous month. From the previous year, it was actually down almost 10%. So from June 23 to June 24, 10% less basically closed transactions, which is a huge number when you're thinking, we have thousands of inventory now. Inventory is basically 5,400. It's climbing at a crazy rate, and that actually came in. So from June 23 to June 24, we have 41% more inventory. So nearly 50% more inventory. So that tells me the inventory was around 2,500 homes in June of 23, give or take a little bit there, right? And we're at like 5,400 today. That is crazy increase in that, right? So when you combine those two numbers, right, those two metrics, it makes it even worse. So when you're saying, hey, at that point, right, let's just do simple. So let's just say inventory's raising at like 4% a month, right? Let's just say 4% a month. So inventory is going up 4% a month, but now you have the June to May, that was 20% less buyers. So if you just keep that data going, every month is 20% less buyers. Every month is 20% less buyers. But inventory is going up 4%, and 4% again, when you're talking 5,000 homes, is a lot of homes. So that gets scary for sellers. It gets great news for buyers. All right, and predominantly, I would say now for me, right, I'm helping friends and family and kind of referrals and people that come to me directly to me through social media, stuff like that. That's really the people I help. I really don't help like what I would call like strangers much anymore. Every now and again, on the buying side. So really a lot of what I have changed to is a lot on the selling side. And I think we have 21 listings right now. And it's like a gut punch for me to say we have like 21 listings, but of those, I think we have 5 or 6 of them is pending, which is crazy to think that 25% of my listings are pending when, since I've been an agent, if I've got homes listed, it's I'm pretty much getting most things under contract, within 30 days, especially even before COVID. So that's pretty crazy to think of if this keeps up. Right, if this keeps up, before you know it, we're going to be at 6,000 homes with even less buyers. So literally, we're going in opposite directions, which is all it is making it buyers are going to have so much power. So much power. Buyers are going to be sitting out here and they're going to be like, hey, listen, here's $40,000 less. Do you want it? Nope. Okay, I'll go to the next one. Here's $40,000 less. You want it? Nope. Here I'm going to go to the next one. All of a sudden, he's run into a case where, somebody's upside down, or somebody is going through a divorce, or there's some sort of family, or there's a job, there's a relocation, and somebody's basically just willing to walk away, break even, potentially even lose money, to get out of their situation, which that scenario does and will start happening more and more and more. And so you're going to start seeing negotiations big time. Now, the weird thing about this data that come out was median sales price still went up. I think median sales price is still up like 7% in the last 12 months, which makes no sense as far as like common sense goes. But let me explain why. The reason is because so much is getting negotiated on the back end of contracts, especially with new construction. New construction, what they're doing is they're basically dirtying the data. And how they're dirtying the data is they're keeping the purchase prices really high. They're keeping purchase price high, and they're continuing to go up. But what they're doing is they're buying the rate down so much on the back end, spending, I think the article come out about Texas was these builders in Texas are spending like $60,000 per new construction on the back end to buy the rate down from 7 to like 5 or 4.5. They're spending outrageous money, but it keeps the purchase price high, and nobody sees that rate back end to buy. So even the actual builders are less profitable. And the same thing, the sellers, like houses are still selling. When they do sell, they're still selling at a pretty good value, right? There's some deals. I've seen a few deals, been a part of them, really where seller probably accepted a little bit less. I've been a part of them where the buyer got a killer deal. And I think that's only going to continue going very quickly in both of those directions, which ultimately makes it always better for the buyers. But the data is dirty, and it's because of, well, this person's buying a $200,000 house now, sure, but they're getting $10,000 in closing costs. And as well as the sellers, in addition, agree to put a new roof on it after closing, which is another $12,000. So you're actually talking $22,000. So realistically, that house sold for $178,000 as far as the seller's money is concerned, but it's closing at a high rate. Now, I kind of think I think there's pros and cons to it there. So for me, I would, if I'm buying a rental property or if I'm buying a home, I don't really care so much about the purchase price as what I care is getting the money back, getting the closing costs, all that, because that's money out of pocket. And I think it's more important for a buyer to pay a little bit more on the purchase price, because every $1,000 is like $7 a month. That's nothing, right? I would rather have $10,000 in kickback to pay for all my closing costs and have $10,000 extra in my bank account and pay an extra $70 a month, right? That's 10 years just to get the $700, and I got $10,000. Or actually more. Shoot, there's 12 months. I did terrible math there, but close enough, right? You get what I'm saying. But that's kind of why we're in this weird thing of like, well, how is sales going down, inventory's going up, but prices are going up? That makes no sense, and it doesn't. It doesn't. But on the back end, if you actually look at the net that the sellers are walking away, the net is going down. The net is going down 100%. This is what I see personally being in it. This is what the back end of data of what these builders are doing. They're buying down rates. They're paying closing costs. They're paying for tremendous repairs. I mean, I got one the other day. I mean, they're probably doing $8,000 of repairs in addition to what we negotiated up front and closing costs and everything like that, because it's been on the market for 3 or 4 months, and it is what it is. Right? It's not necessarily, it's kind of like the ball is switching to the other foot very quickly, to where the sellers used to be able to list your house and, any offer, you're like, I don't want a full asking price. I need something $25,000 over with no inspection, no appraisal, because those offers existed. Well, sellers are about to start getting beat up because the buyers are going to say, oh, you don't want to take $25,000 off your price? All right, I'm going to the next home. You know why? Because there's 10 times more homes today than basically what there were in peak market, right? So I have 10 times more options, 10 times more choices. Yeah, crazy stuff. I knew something was going on. I wish I could, I don't know how many social media posts we do on a day as far as our social media content. It's probably like 3 to 5 posts or I don't know, 1 to 4 posts a day. There's a lot of posts to go back, but I did a video, and I can't remember if it was like towards the end of May or June or something. I was like, hey, something's weird's going on. And this is what it is. The data's out, and this is what was 20% less buyers. Inventory skyrockets, but yet like prices are still kind of going up. And so this video explains it all. So here we are. we're all here together, right? Buyers and sellers, we're all in this, right? There is no magic wand or magic realtor or magic lender or magic home that's going to like do it. Again, there's still niches, right? There's still niches and areas and price points and locations and home types that move quickly. But as far as what we're doing, the macro aspect of it, the whole entire market, buyers, it's your time to shine. You're up, guys. Market's yours now. See ya.